front staff was complaining about her feet burning. So I'm standing there, we're talking, I'm like, tell me a little bit more about why your feet are burning. And she said, well, I was in a really bad golf cart accident. They brought me back to life, and then they found out that my entire spine needed to be, I had rods up and down my spine from the mid-back down to her lower back. So she always, you know, there's just pain, always. So I said to her, come back with me. So I said, let's build yourself a little, insole with kinesio tape. And I'm like, nah, there's gotta be something more I can do. So she sat down, I went right into her hip here, started loosening up. She said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, go ahead and lift your right leg. She says, I can't move it. I said, lift your left leg. And she's like, oh my God. I'm so surprised that I can get all that motion. So I did both sides. I did the front, released the hip flexors, and she got off my table completely out of pain. 3 days later, no pain, and she's like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm gonna meet up with her today and give her another 3 or 4 days worth of pain relief. So pretty excited about that. But today I wanted to share with you about back pain. First off, I'm a massage therapist, but I don't have a routine. I'm a body worker. I do body work. So when somebody comes in and they say I have pain in my neck, my back, whatever, I look for the source. There's times where I'm underneath the ribs here, loosening everything up, and migraines, headaches, and cluster headaches go away because I'm releasing everything from here up. Once the hip flexors release, everything else drops down. And it reduces and relieves a lot of pain. So we're talking about lower back pain, most commonly due to physical exertion, strains, or pain. Awkward positions, sports injuries, sitting too much computer time, poor posture, household chores, weeding. There's so many different things that could create back pain. God love those truckers, you know? I can only imagine how bad they feel. So more serious injuries include car accidents, falls, surgeries, arthritis, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, all of which technically can't get rid of all that, but you can help them maintain themselves. You can help them to keep the pain down to a minimum. Age, poor posture, poor conditioning, stress, anxiety, depression can contribute to back pain. Occupational hazards are also a contributing factor. So a lot of different things that actually create back pain. It gets to a point where you realize, I have back pain, but you move through it and you adapt to it. Your body says, okay, no problem, so we're just going to continue to keep moving. And then there's this one time that you really hurt your back and you're like, oh my God, I should have taken care of that years ago. Don't sit on it. Take care of it. I'm going to share a story about a friend of mine. Actually, he's a friend. He was a client before. But he was in the 82nd Airborne for about 10 years. Did a lot of jumping out of planes. And as he would come down onto his feet and start to run and get his balance, jump after jump after jump after jump, what he did is he compressed his spine, okay? So he found me through advertisement and came to see me, and he became a client. He was with me every week. We were able to unlock his lower back pain by releasing the lower back, the hips, quads, releasing the psoas muscle here in the front. And we were able to do a lot of eccentric stretching, so that I took the discs that were here and I opened them up. And so we were doing a lot of different stretching in order to help him unlock all that. And he's pain-free now. So I sit down with somebody before I work with them, and I talk with them, see what they're telling me about their pain, how do you think you got it? And then go from there. Come up with a plan. Right? A lot of people, actually a lot of clients that I've had in the past, they'll look at me and say, oh, we're going to be tied at the hip for a long time because of the amount of pain that I'm in. And I look at them and I say, no, you're not going to be here all your life, but you have to make a choice. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, let's get you out of pain. So let's do 4 weeks in a row. Let's see where we're at after that. And then we'll tail it off. We'll get you squared away for every 2 to 3 weeks and then go from there. And then note that you can call and say, hey, you know, I've really been doing it a lot. You know, I'm getting in pain and I need to see you sooner. So I tell them all the time, just come call me and I'll get you in. So I gave you a thing that says six things you shouldn't do when your back hurts. Avoid bed rest. Who would have thought?
Yeah, the very thing you want. I was just going to say.
But it's scary because you hurt, you want to lay down. But when you go to get back up, what do you think hurts? Your back.
Getting up is hard.
A big one, number 2, don't sleep on your stomach. It'll rack your spine completely up. So if you really, please, if you can, try to sleep on your back or your side. It really will help the spine. Stop lifting heavy things or twisting your back. Okay. Refrain from repetitive bending or stooping. All these 6 things are really powerful. Avoid sitting for long periods of time. I like to sit, but I don't like to sit a lot. I'm always standing, makes my wife nuts. She thinks I'm ready to walk out, go and do whatever. But I can't sit for long periods of time because it just hurts. Okay? And there's certain exercises that you also want to avoid. Okay? I don't tell anybody what to do or how to do it, but I know there's a few exercises and stretches that people do that create their back pain. One of which is the pigeon stretch. These muscles on the inside of your leg here, they have one function. That is to adduct to the middle or across the other leg. If you are stretching, doing the pigeon stretch, you are overstretching these muscles. Okay? Think of it in terms of a rubber band. Rubber band originates here, goes down into my knee. Okay? If I'm overstretching that rubber band, what happens to that rubber band over a period of time? You get a cut in there, right? Okay? That rubber band gets thrown away. Here, your body's smart enough to create scar tissue, which in our terms means it's tight. So what do we do when we have a muscle that's tight? We stretch it. What do? We overstretch this. These muscles in the back, they go back pain. So hamstrings get really locked up. These get tighter. You have knee pain. All those, it's like a cycle. And then you're like, oh my God, why do I have knee pain? I haven't done anything. You're overstretching a group of muscles. It's very important.
Thank you.